My response would be no. I've talked to the people in Ward 7, and they like the fire department there. And removing that would be, I mean, that would, no. And firsthand, I've had them respond to my house, not because of fire, but for 911 calls with my wife. Not that I abused her, but with her medical problems. And, you know, I would not, I've been happy with the service I've gotten, so if I'm happy with it, then I'm sure everyone in the ward is happy with it, and I would not like to see any more response time put on a call to emergency situations like I've had.
I would be open-minded. I'd remain open-minded and not categorically say yes or no. It would depend on the total plan that's presented. I know we have many fewer fires in the city than we did 30, 40 years ago. Many of the responses are now what they call A responses, ambulance responses, or medical responses. I'd be open-minded to whatever efficiencies and improved plans can be offered for fire response that covers the entire city. I know the southwest side of Springfield is not properly covered right now, possibly.
With regard to those fire stations, fire departments, it's like an insurance policy. Nobody likes to pay for it, but boy, you're really happy when something happens and you have to have it and that you paid for it. I don't think closing more fire stations is the solution, especially when it endangers our personal property and our businesses. And Mike just spoke to it. You know, if that fire department and that fire station hadn't been there, and whatever the situation was, it could mean a more drastic situation for his personal call. You know, being in my job, I see firefighters all the time, and I work with them. You know, they're an integral part of our city. The city loves their firefighters.
The fire department has shown that is through all this budget talk and everything, that they are willing to reorganize. If we have to add another fire department, then I would say add another fire department. There again, I've had to do, you know, we all remember a few years ago when Malner's caught on fire on the 3rd floor. 15 minutes, not even 15 minutes would have made a difference in that building in the response time. So I'm not for closing anything that affects response time. If we can get response time to be the same or better, so be it. But if it affects response time, no.
You know, the experts might come up with a good plan. Maybe they got an engine at some of the firehouses, no elevator or no extension ladder. You know, maybe there's a way to have some, you know, quick response assets at one station, and then you can quickly draw the more elaborate assets from a further distant station. But it requires some thought and study, and we're trying to do the most with limited resources.
I think whatever doesn't detract from our current fire protection, I don't think we can detract. I don't want to see another fire station closed. I don't think anybody, when you're in that neighborhood, you don't want to see your fire station closed. So if we can open up another one without having to draw away from other areas, that's probably the more appropriate plan.